Hi, I'm Yannick, and I love it when you challenge me with your home improvement questions. And the only trivial question is the one that you don't ask. Take windows, for example. People ask me all the time whether they should buy wood, vinyl, or aluminum window frames. You may not realize it, but the list is incomplete. So before you try to choose which one, consider all of the options. Take a look at this. Fiberglass is an incredible material for its strength. What are the characteristics that make it such a good window frame?
Analyze all the criteria that's important, and fiberglass is exceptional from energy efficiency, number one, strength can be equal to metal, steel, stainless steel, longevity, durability, acoustical, expansion, contraction. It's an inert material, it's an irreversible material as compared to vinyl or aluminum that you can melt it back again.
Okay, when I first ran into fiberglass windows many years ago, they were very expensive. You know, if you're rich, you could have this.
Yes.
Now they've become competitive. What has changed?
Raw material costs always were cheaper than vinyl or aluminum. The energy to convert it was always less expensive. What was expensive was the yield. How many feet could we pultrude from a machine in a given period? And that has increased rapidly, and in the future it's going to increase again.
Look at this. This is what goes into what they call pultrusion. How do you say that?
Pultrusion.
Pultrusion. You're pulling. Here's fiberglass fibers. There's mats, a paint coat after it. How do you get it all in there in the resin and get that shape? Let's go out and take a look at the machine.
Fiberglass. Now you've seen mats before. That gives us strength in all directions. And here's strands with up to 300 little fibers in there, and that's all that strong fiberglass. And then they add resin to it. But look at how this works. Looks like we're in a textile factory. Now they're just starting up, so it's not moving very fast yet. But all of this rack full of stuff is flowing up into here and moving across above all of these spools. It comes over here and gets organized on the other end. And as you can see here, it's starting to be threaded through to come in. And if you look closely, you can see the slow movement of this. Now this will be going much faster than this when they're in full production. Over there, the mats are feeding in. Look at this, it looks like a dance of fibers as it comes down into the machine, comes into here, and this is where it finally starts to take shape and they add all the resin. Now that's all secret stuff, they want to let us see it. So let's see where it's coming out. I'm going to just drop a penny up here so you can see that movement as it's coming through. Again, this is just startup, and once they get tuned up, it's going to go faster. And that's just pulling through, but imagine all the power it takes to pull all of this resin and fiberglass through those heads to get that fancy shape. Well, here's the muscle right back here. This one is just about stretched out. This big thing grabs a hold of it and pulls it along. Well, at some point it gets to its end and it's just about ready to kick back the other way. There's another one up here that's ready to take over. Well, it already just started. This one will be going back. So it's like pulling a rope. One hand, there, you see it's going back, and this guy now is doing the pulling. As we're coming on back here, so we're just pulling all those fibers through, all that resin, letting the action take place. And when they get back out here, what they're going to do is be cutting off these pieces as they come out. If you look in here, they just cut one off a second ago. So we have the extrusion working its way out. So it's coming through looking about like this. And the beginning of it was this fuzzy stuff all over. And imagine all of that being compacted in such a neat, clean profile. That's where you get that strength of fiberglass.
Well, fiberglass window frames used to be very expensive because it's so slow pulling it out, but they're changing the system more and more, and very soon we're going to find this down to just about the same price as vinyl, but a lot more strength. So I've made the whole thing even more confusing for you in choosing windows, right? At least you know what the choice